Little Big Planet is a focus of mine, and well, the reason for that is because it's such a perfect series, you know? I grew up with this stuff, and well, it's just really important to me as a person. It can be described in many ways, it being Little Big Planet, of course. I can describe it in so many different ways, but the main word I would describe it with now is, well, cheated. The reason for that being that Little Big Planet, in my opinion, was, well, cheated by its creators. Not by the developers behind the game, they put much love into this, but by PlayStation itself. And today, I would like to explain how it was, well, cheated by PlayStation. I'd like to remind you that this is my opinion, and you might not agree, and I accept that. Anyway, here's why I think Little Big Planet deserved way better. Well, this whole thing's gonna be a hot take here. I don't have a script, but personally, I think Little Big Planet was, well, replaced. The IP of Little Big Planet is not needed, for, well, PlayStation has a lovable character that they can do anything with. They don't need to attach that to the Little Big Planet IP. What I mean by that is they can take Sackboy, a lovable, iconic character, and do whatever they want with him, and, well, leave behind the main goals of Little Big Planet. A prime example of this would be Sackboy Big Adventure. They forgot everything Sackboy has to do with Little Big Planet and just put him into a random platformer game. Like, the only reason I played that game to begin with is because Sackboy was in there. Without Sackboy, the game would be mid at best, and I'm sure we can all admit that. What I'm saying is that, well, PlayStation and Sumo at this rate kind of forgot about Little Big Planet. You might like Sackboy Big Adventure, and don't get me wrong, it is a very good game, but you have to admit, Little Big Planet 4 would have been 10,000 times better, especially with the graphics Sackboy Big Adventure had, and just the time spent in Sackboy Big Adventure. If that would have gone to Little Big Planet 4, so many more people would have been happy, but instead we have this spin-off game with Sackboy in it, which, it's not acceptable to me. But as I mentioned earlier, PlayStation can just take this character and do whatever they want with him. They don't care about Little Big Planet, and in fact, if we are going to get another Little Big Planet themed or esque game, you know, then, well, it's not going to be a Little Big Planet game. It's going to be a sequel to Sackboy Big Adventure. Because PlayStation, the way it seems right now, it seems like they forgot about Little Big Planet and want their main focus to be around Sackboy. I hope one day in the future, you know, maybe by the time you're watching this, there's another Little Big Planet game, but I mean, I hope that they drop this focus on just Sackboy and return to what was Little Big Planet and its legacy. I hope you can see where I'm coming from here too, how it kind of feels like Little Big Planet was cheated out of another game with Sackboy Big Adventure. Not trying to hate by any means again, but just Little Big Planet 4 was right there. Another reason why I think it was absolutely cheated is, well, what happened in its last few years of life. About like 10% of Little Big Planet 3's lifespan was spent underground, and when I say underground, I mean like zero functionality for the online servers, and that's the main gimmick of the game. In other words, like the last bit of Little Big Planet 3's life, it didn't even have online servers. Therefore, there was basically no game to begin with. So, I feel like there's so much more that they could have done. So much more that they could have done to save these servers. I understand that it was polluted by modders and people who just really did not want Little Big Planet to thrive. I understand that there were some glaring issues, but there's always more that a company can do for a game. It's more or less lack of care in the developing department here, and I'm not hating on any of the beautiful people at Sumo who made this thing happen, but I'm saying that there is always more that you can do. Well, that's enough of me ranting about Little Big Planet. I just, you know, there's so much to talk about, and I have a lot of feelings about this game, and it just feels to me right now like it was cheated out of its life. Alrighty, well, it has been a good one. I'm gonna try to post unscripted stuff of me talking to you as a person so I don't feel, robotic. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the growing support here. And yeah, that's gonna be it. See ya.